and no hurry at all. But whenever you're ready, take a little rest. And let's bring our attention to shoulders. So when you're ready, bend your knees back up against your feet, standing flat to the ground, and bring your arms alongside your body with your palms facing the floor. Spreading out your fingers, opening your hands, and lengthening from your armpits down to your fingertips. So your arms are active even before we start. And then on an inhalation, raise just one of your lengthening arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring it back down to the ground. On the next inhalation, raise your other lengthening arm up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring it back down to the ground. And just start to become sensitive to your shoulder joints. So on each inhalation, as you raise a lengthening arm upwards, clarify how much you need to reach with your hand, with your arm, so that your shoulder trusts your arm enough to join in with it. Now, you can reach way too much, for sure. And remember, we still want soft sensations inside the joints and smooth movements. But when you've got that balance of reaching, on each inhalation, see if you could raise your arm a little further, or maybe you take it back towards the wall behind you. And we do one arm at a time so we can compare what it feels like on these two sides. So stay lengthening through your arm into your hands, fingers, broadening the finger bases. Every time you inhale, clarify how much you need to reach with the arm, that the shoulder feels safe enough to let go of its grip on your rib cage and to join in with the movement of the arm. So does the shoulder identify as back of your rib cage now, or does it identify as the roots of your arm? Because it could be either, you know, and if the shoulder identifies too heavily with your rib cage, it'll stay stuck down and there'll be a disharmony in the movement. And now we're inviting the shoulder to become part of the arm. So each time you inhale, can you allow that shoulder to travel up the back of your body so that it can join in with the movement of your arm? Now, at some point, it will generate a little back bend. Let that happen. So we're not trying to stop the back bend, but we're not trying to make the back bend happen either. So just clarifying how much reach you need with your arm to find this smooth movement of your shoulder up the back of your body that facilitates more movement with your arm. And if that necessitates a little tilting back of your rib cage because your shoulder blade is bringing your rib cage with it, that's totally okay. Just acknowledge where you are with that. Some people's shoulders identify more strongly with the arm and some more strongly with the ribs. And whenever you're ready, both arms at once. I mean, and that does depend on your anatomy. So sometimes if you see me move, you'll think that the shoulders just go up the back and the ribs don't join in. And I've got a choice, but that happens to me because I climb trees a lot. So I dangle a lot, do a lot of brachiation, it's called. And that's maybe not the case for most people. So it's totally okay if your ribs tilt more, but just be careful of how that feels in the back of your spine, especially if you know that your spine is quite mobile. So it's totally okay if you decide not to take the arms all the way to the floor behind you. So this is why I call, you know, joint mobility practices now, I just don't like that term anymore. So I call them now joint sensitization. So it's not about how much movement we can get out of a joint. It's about becoming more sensitive to the quality of movement that we have, so that we don't just go for quantity of movement all the time.